Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Jimmy the Mower and today we're going to be unboxing and assembling and testing this diesel heater that I bought off eBay. So it all begins with opening the box. So there you go then, it's all out. We've got it on the bench. I'm a bit worried about the bag. All my little bits and pieces are falling out of here, so however much is left in the box, I do not know. But let's have a quick rundown. I think that is the ducting pipe that sits on the front. That basically sends the hot air to where you need it, into the room. I was hoping it'd be a bit longer than that because we might have to come through the shed wall eventually. That's the exhaust pipe. Again, I was hoping it'd be a bit longer than that because we could probably do with going out the shed wall. This is the air filter and this is the air inlet pipe. So we've got all these bits here. We've got a few various brackets and other bits and pieces. Oh, I almost forgot on the front here, if I can unclip it, we've also got a little remote control and an LED display. But before we have a look at that, I'll have a quick flick through the instructions, grab a cup of tea and I'll get back to you. Okay then, I've had a look through the instruction book and really I'm still none the wiser. There's some pictures in there and some other bits and pieces, but it doesn't really tell you a lot. From what I can gather, we need a 12-volt power supply, which is here, and I've got a battery there and I'm going to clip that on. We need fresh air in, which is this tube with a little filter on the end. From what I can tell with the filter, it's just a basic gauze to stop anything going through. I might put a bit of sponge in there at a later date, I don't know. And then we need the exhaust pipe to get rid of the waste gases out of there. And then this is the ducting to blow the hot air out of the front and into the room. Now, these are normally installed in camper vans and things like that. So all the pipes are on the bottom because you put them down under a cupboard, under a bed, under a seat, and you vent them out the bottom of the van so it'll pull clean air in from one ducting and blow the exhaust gas out of the other ducting. However, it's 8 kilowatt supposedly, and with a 2 kilowatt electric heater costing an absolute fortune to run and not really warming this place up at all. And we've also got a gas heater, which is a very wet heat. It produces a lot of moisture. I'm hoping that with this diesel heater, we can get some hot air into this room. Well, I say hot air, you know, if this is not enough hot air coming out of me, well, hopefully this will provide a bit more and warm it up. And maybe, you know, we can click it down. I've been looking and reading about them from various websites and different people. And basically, you can, once you've warmed the room up, you can knock them down to level 1, so they're just on tick over, and it's enough to keep it warm, just to keep the edge off. You know, you don't want it red hot when you're working, but just to keep the cold off. And I'm hoping once I do that, we can run it on sort of 5 quid's worth of diesel and it'll last 24 hours. Anyway, back to it. Today, I'm just going to put the pipes on, connect it up, put some diesel in the top, fire it up, make sure it all works, and then I'm going to try and install it on a different day, but I need to get it in as soon as possible, so it'll only be a little short video of doing this just to make sure it works, just for my benefit and for anybody out there who wants to see what's happening. So we'll turn it over and we have a look underneath. We've got 2 pipes there. One is a little bit bigger than the other from what I can see. Now, this is the exhaust one, and I'm hoping it fits on this one, which is a little bit smaller. So I did have to get my fingers in and bend it round a bit on the end so we could, on this bit here, because they were a bit flat when they arrived. But we'll see if we can sort of kink this up here so it'll sit on the table somehow. You never know. And then this is the clean air ducting. Now the clean air goes on this side, I'm hoping, and then this goes on. When you install it properly, or for the final time, wherever it's going to be sited, you use the Jubilee clips and you'll put all these into position and they'll be on there and done. But being as I'm not sure where mine's going first, of all, I'll leave that for a while. I just want to make sure it works. Right, bit of a problem getting that air filter on there. It's not the easiest thing to do. No. Oh. Right, that's maybe on there. Right. Connect that onto that side. So we've got the air filter on, the air intake and the exhaust. Now if we try and stand it up, like so, I'll put the air intake over the other way. We don't really want to be sucking it back through, and I'm only going to run it for a couple of moments, that's all, just a couple of moments, just to make sure it works. I'll have to find some little blocks or something just to stabilise that while we test it. So that's that. Those are 2 pipes on. We've got various clips here to do the other bits and pieces with. And then you've got your hot air ducting. Your hot air ducting fits in on the front here. I'm trying to look at the best side to go on. There, that goes in on there. And that's that. So we'll put the hot air round towards me so I can feel it when we turn it on. And then we just got to connect this up to a 12 volt power supply. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get a 12 volt power supply to run it on a daily basis, but for now we'll just test it with a battery, and that's something else I've got to sort out. So I'll just go and find a couple of blocks just to level this up and connect this up to the power supply, put some diesel in it, and we'll see if it works. I've connected it up to the 12 volt power supply, and as you can see, the LCD screen is lit up on the front. I'm not, oh no it's not. I'm not quite sure how it's all working. It did light up when we first put it on. I'm going to put some diesel in because you don't really want to run these things dry. I've got some red agricultural diesel here, which I'll pour in. Now I'm not going to worry about spilling this on my floor or around because I've got one of these engine repair tables. It's got some drain holes in it down here, and anything that you spill is just collected in a tub underneath, and we've levelled it up more or less, not great, but we've levelled it up with some welding corner finders. So right, that's the diesel in. I'll turn it on. I'm not 100% sure but we'll see. Right, okay, on. It says on at the top, and it's reading 11 degrees C in here at the moment. Now, all I want to do is just make sure it works. I'm not worried about operating it with a remote control, operating it with anything else. I just want to make sure it works before I spend my time, money and effort putting it all in and installing it somewhere in this workshop so we can keep it warm and make sure it works so we can actually use it and generate some heat and keep it warm. Right, that doesn't seem to be very warm at the moment. I know what we're doing here, how we turn it up or down. I don't know if you've got to hold it all the way down. I'm not sure. Right, it's a bit of a crazy one. That's blowing cold air out of there, completely cold air. We've got it running, we've got diesel in. I'm not sure what else we can do. I can't hear. Oh, I was just about to say I can't hear the diesel pump clicking, but I can hear it clicking now. And that's firing the diesel through. It might have just been getting the ignition plate warmed up first. Still cold though, but at least it's clicking. Right, I'll turn you guys off. Just give me a couple of minutes to have a flick through, see if I can change things around, and I'll get back to you. Okay then, as you can see, sorry I'm laughing, but as you can see, things didn't go to plan, right? We've got the cover off in the end. That's what we had to do. We had to take the cover off. I'll try and find somewhere to put this, and I'll show you what was what. We got the cover off. I phoned a friend up who's got one of these, and he said he had a problem with it before. Occasionally, it doesn't prime itself properly. The fuel pump pumps, you can hear it clicking, but it's not pumping enough fuel through. So we put some extra diesel in. We got some diesel in there. One of the good things about it is when you're putting the extra diesel in, the diesel pickup point is just off the bottom of the tank. So as long as you haven't got it sloping back, you will always sort of avoid any sediment or anything you get in the bottom. If you always use, you know, clean filtered fuel, you'll be fine. But if you do get sediment in there, it will sort of accumulate across the bottom of the tank, and this being raised up just slightly will help you, you know, not to pull any of that through. This is the pump here on the back, the little 12-volt pump, and it just, when it clicks, it pulls the diesel up through the top and round and into there, and we just hadn't got enough flow of diesel through. It was just trickling through. So I only found that out when I undid the cover and took everything off, and also the only way I could really pressurise it was unscrew the cap, put your mouth over it and blow in there. Now, you shouldn't really do that, and you shouldn't have to do it. I'm sure you can get something where you can take this pipe off and put it through, and it will, like, then once it starts to pull, prime itself. But I did it, I got it working. It's going to take a bit of installation in the shed. I thought I was going to put it inside down in the corner and it'd be nice and quiet, but if I just use this remote control and turn it on, I think that's on, and you'll hear it start to fire up in a minute. The fan picks up first, and the fan starts to turn and blow the air, and then after that's been blowing a few minutes and it's just sort of tested itself, it then primes itself up, so you'll hear the pump start clicking. And then once the pump starts clicking, you'll hear it ignite, and once the ignition starts, then it really starts to make a noise, and it starts to sound a bit like a jet engine. How they fit these in camper vans and sleep with them on, I will never know. But anyway, I'm going to have to put this one outside of our workshop, because we're going to have it nice and warm for when we're filming videos, and we can't have this roaring away. So we'll have to fit it outside and pipe the hot air in. So I'm going to have to find out a way of doing that. Just rig something up for now, I think, and then install it, you know, properly after winter. Right, I'll leave this in its running mode, and when it starts to pick up to speed, I'll come back to you and you can hear how loud it is. Right, that's been about 3 or 4 minutes. You can hear the pump clicking now. If I stand down, it will pick it up. You can probably see the fumes coming out the exhaust pipe. I won't leave it running too long. We have got the double doors open behind you to have a bit of ventilation, but it's not great to be breathing this stuff in, even with that ventilated. So as I said, it's going to fit outside. It's just started to burn now. You can probably hear it rumbling, and you'll hear the pump clicking, and I don't know how long it will be until it fires up and really starts to boot it out, but I'm sure it won't be long. But that clicking of the pump is quite loud. I did hear that on some reviews. Maybe there's a way of quietening them down. I'm not really sure, but if it's outside, it probably won't make too much difference to us. But my goodness, when this roars, it really does roar. I'll turn the temperature up using the remote in your hand. I don't know if you can see it going up on the screen at all. So we've got that, temperature's up, and then it's starting to pick up pace now with the fuel pump. It's getting a little bit quicker. It senses that it's burning the oil. We've got ignition, well, burning the diesel, say, heavy oil, and it's starting to pick up, and it's clicking a bit faster and a bit faster and a bit faster, and any second now it will really start to go. That's it, we can hear it going. I'll tell you, it's so loud. I had to mess around with it, and I got it running, and I just got it running, and I thought it was going to take off or blow itself up. I didn't know what to do. I was looking and I thought, I don't know whether to just stand here and make sure it's all right, or just make a bolt for the door and get out of here. But yeah, you can hear it now, can't you? It's really roaring along. How you put these in a camper van under a bed and go to sleep, I'll never know. You need some good insulation around it, wouldn't you? Goodness me. It's nice and warm though. Definitely warm. I don't know what the temperature reading is on the front. Can't see. I think it was about 11 degrees when we started, so it'll be warmer in here than that, even with the doors open, because it's throwing out a lot of heat. There's a lot coming through, but it's loud, isn't it? Really loud. Right. I'll kick it into the off cycle now. And once you've started the off cycle, it slows down the burn and it uses up the fuel that's in there, lowers the fan, and it starts to calm itself down before it turns off. It'll be a couple of minutes, so I'll switch the camera off and I'll catch you in a sec. Okay then, that's finally powered down and I can hear myself think again. Right, first thoughts. Yeah, I think it's good. It blows out a lot of heat. There's definitely some heat in there. It's a lot noisier than I thought it would be. That's a big factor. I had hopes and dreams of putting it in a corner somewhere and just flick the remote control and turn it on and warm it up nicely, come in, sit here, take something apart, find something interesting in what I'm doing, make a video about it, but that's not going to happen with this heater on. That won't work. It's going to have to be sited outside and sited in some sort of box to keep it sort of weatherproof and, you know, soundproof. The pipes could do with a bit of extension on them, but hey, they're built for camper vans. It was £90 delivered. What can I really say? It's got the fuel tank with it. The diesel heater works a treat. We've got a little display on the front and a remote control. I just need to go through all the functions and work out exactly what it does and how it does it. And then once we've done that, I'm sure it'll be absolutely great. Make sure you give me the thumbs up and subscribe if you can. Check back regularly for new videos, especially as the workshop sort of evolves into different things. We've got this engine repair table. We've done the flooring. We're going to start off with some units down the side and around the corners, I think, and turn the place into somewhere that's going to be really enjoyable to be. So if you've got anything nice to say, pop it in the comment section below. You can follow me across all the social medias. My own website, jimmythemower.com. Jump on there and have a look. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm Jimmy the Mower. I'll catch you on the next one.